Hi everyone, my name is Mehul Agarwal, and in this video I am going to talk about my CAT journey, specifically focusing on what my preparation strategy was for CAT. Before I actually dive into what my strategy was for it, I want to give you all some background on what my goal was and what I was aiming for when I started preparing for it. I wanted to get into one of the top four IIMs in the country, which included IIM A, B, C, and L. And to do that, I required a percentile of more than 99.5 to even get a call from them. So I had to take two attempts at it to be able to get a call from three of those four IIMs in my second attempt, which is the attempt that I took just now in 2019. My first attempt was in 2018, which was alongside the last year of college for me. I scored a 97.05 percentile and ended up not getting a call from any of the top four IIMs. Post which, when I was contemplating whether I should sit for CAT again in 2019 or not, I thought that when I was preparing for it in 2018, I was not at all invested in the preparation and I was doing things on an ad hoc basis. What I thought was that when I'm preparing again for it, I want to do it in a more systematic way and I don't want to just take things as they come, but plan things and do only whatever is needed for me to achieve my goal. One dialogue that caught my attention in one of the popular web series of TVF, Kota Factory, was that एग्जाम के लिए पढ़ने से पहले उस एग्जाम को पढ़ो. जैसे ही ये सुना, आई कुड रिलेट 100% टू इट एंड आई थॉट कि हाँ, लॉजिकल लग रहा है तो करके देखते हैं. एंड आई ट्राइड लुकिंग एट कैट फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट perspective. I realized that there are a lot of myths about it that need to be busted. वन ऑफ द मोस्ट पॉपुलर मिथ्स कैट के मेरे लिए रहे हैं कि वोकैबुलरी लर्न करनी पड़ती है. क्योंकि आरसीज में जब डिफ़िकल्ट वर्ड्स आएंगे तो उसको समझने के लिए वोकैबुलरी स्ट्रांग होनी चाहिए. ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. हाँ, कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि कुछ वर्ड समझ नहीं आते आरसी में, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप बैठ के अपना पूरे प्रेपरेशन का 10% 15% टाइम वोकैबुलरी लर्न करने पे स्पेंड करें. That is an absolutely wrong approach according to me. Likewise, there are other cat myths that need to be busted before you start preparing for it. QA के tricks learn करना compulsory नहीं है. QA एक ऐसा section है जो I think अगर basic strong हो तो people can solve it very easily. Actually उसमें जो easy और medium questions है, खाली उन्हें solve करने से you are actually getting a 95 plus percentile. तो ट्रिक्स लर्न करना कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है. सारे टॉपिक्स कवर करना ज़रूरी नहीं है. सिलॉजिज्म्स, परम्यूटेशन, कॉम्बिनेशन, प्रोबेबिलिटी, ये सब करना ज़रूरी नहीं है. जिसका वेटेज ज़्यादा रहता है उसे करना डेफिनेटली ज़रूरी है. ज्योमेट्री जैसा टॉपिक आप ना छोड़े तो अच्छा है, क्योंकि उसमें काफ़ी क्वेश्चंस आने का चांस है. बहुत वास्ट है, तो अगर खाली बेसिक्स भी कर ले तो दैट बी गुड. Also, past performance does not influence future CAT results or future CAT के performances. If you have done badly in a previous CAT attempt, that could be a one-off. उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि you're not made for CAT. So वैसा नहीं सोचे. Also, LRDI is something that a lot of people are scared of, but personally, it is one of my favorite sections. LRDI and Quant are the two sections that I absolutely love. And LRDI के लिए you don't need exceptional level of intelligence to be able to solve every set in LRDI. And LRDI में the key is to solve only sets that a lot of people will be able to solve, and the sets that are easiest to solve. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत डिफिकल्ट है LRDI. तो ये एक बड़ा मिथ है कैट का जो बस्ट करना जरूरी है. Set the precedent right. Like I mentioned, I started looking at cat from a different perspective. So before you actually start preparing for it, don't look at it as a test of your skill. अगर if you think कि they're testing you on whether you know formulae or not, whether your vocabulary is strong or whether your grammar is strong or not, you are absolutely wrong. What CAT is actually testing you on is your strategy and your time management skills. क्योंकि in the 3 hours, how you're utilizing those 3 hours is what is key according to me. Before starting your preparation, understand your strengths and weaknesses. If you know that quants is something that has been your weakness throughout, then spend time on it to understand its basics well. In the test, you need to be aware of where to defend and where to step out of the crease and hit a lofted shot. So know your strengths and weaknesses and act accordingly. Discipline throughout the preparation and mocks is key. And I'm saying so because when you're being tested on your strategy and time management, one attribute that matters most is discipline. Once you've formulated a strategy, once you've formulated a plan for yourself, have the guts and have the discipline to actually stick to it. In the test, it happens a lot of times that because the order of questions that you're getting is difficult, or because the test as a whole is difficult, you tend to panic and you tend to move out of your strategy. That is something that you must not do at all times. But at the same time, your strategy should be comprehensive enough to account for all these uncertainties that might occur in the test. इसको simplify करने के लिए I'll walk you all through 7 commandments, 7 very simple rules that you need to follow in the test to be able to do better at it than what you've been doing right now. Also, one last thing that I think everyone must keep in mind is कि कैट के लिए प्रिपेयर करते वक्त लूजिंग स्टीम, मतलब प्रिपरेशन से बोर हो जाना, उम्मीद खो देना, दैट इज समथिंग दैट इज कॉमन. लेकिन उम्मीद नहीं खोनी है. Remind yourself of why you started preparing for the test, and once you do that, you'll again get back a bit of your steam. So remind yourself why you started preparing for CAT, and only prepare for it if you're very sure, and stick with it if you've started preparing for it. I think this is the most important slide of the entire video, and these are the 7 rules that I absolutely vouch for. I'll walk you through them one by one. Starting with the first one is consider the 3-hour test as 3 1-hour tests and not 1 3-hour test. To simplify, CAT में जो 3 सेक्शन होते हैं, VARC, LRDI and QA, do not consider the entire test as one. One thing that I made note of every time that I was taking a mock, or even when I was taking the CAT, was that मैं 3 एग्जाम दे रहा हूँ, 3 टेस्ट दे रहा हूँ, 1 1 घंटे के बैक टू बैक टेस्ट है. If one section does not go according to plan, that does not mean the other section is screwed up automatically. You have to compartmentalize it in your brain in such a way that even if you screw up a section, you always have scope to make a kick-ass comeback in the other 2 sections. If you go back and check my scores in CAT 2019, this is what happened with me in 2019. VARC सबसे पहला section था, and I did poorly at it than what I had planned to do, or what I was targeting for. But क्योंकि I was considering all 3 sections as different sections, I managed to take it that way in the test, and I managed to do well in the other two, which pushed up my score. So that is, I think, the first commandment for preparation. While preparing, while taking mocks, ये ध्यान में रखें and make a habit of it. The second is to maximize marks per minute, which is a very simple rule. Because for solving every question in CAT, you're getting the same amount of marks, irrespective of the difficulty of the question. uh, your only goal has to be to maximize marks per minute. Pick the easy questions and only solve those questions. Even if you solve only the easy and the medium questions in the entire test, you're definitely getting a good score. Because identification of those questions and having the patience to go through all the questions and skipping questions that are difficult, that is one of the real tests in CAT. तो आइडिया स्टार्टिंग से ये रखो दिमाग में कि मैं टेस्ट दे रहा हूँ तो मुझे मार्क्स पर मिनट मैक्सिमाइज करना है. मतलब टाइम इज ऑफ एसेंस. मार्क्स पर मिनट मैक्सिमाइज करना है, टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना है टेस्ट में. थर्ड इज टेक एन इमोशनलेस yes or no approach. One thing for CAT, a lot of people struggle with, is that while they're taking mocks, strategy खो जाती है. Everyone prepares a strategy for the test, but while they're actually taking the test, because of the difficulty level of the test or because of any other factor, they lose out on the strategy, एंड ये इसीलिए होता है क्योंकि लोग सोचने में पड़ जाते हैं। तो इसीलिए व्हाट आई एम वाउचिंग फॉर इज अ येस और नो अप्रोच। डोंट कीप अ रूम फॉर अ मे बी, कीप रूम ओनली फॉर अ येस और अ नो। तो या तो आप क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने आगे जा रहे हैं या आप नहीं जा रहे हैं। इफ़ यू एंटर्ड, इट्स फाइन, क्योंकि कई बार LRDA में ऐसा होता है कि यू एंटर्ड अ क्वेश्चन and after 3-4 minutes you realize that you can't spend more time on it, but you still keep going and waste more time because you've already spent 4 minutes on it. Do not do that. Consider it as sunk cost and leave. So take a yes or no approach, and taking a decision is more important than not taking one. Even if the decision is wrong, you can amend it later, but take a decision in the test. Do not waste time just thinking about the decision in the test. Fourth, strategy is as important in skill, if not more. So I think having a strategy for the test is important, and this is what I've been talking about in the whole video. So this point is self-explanatory. Strategy rakhe and follow it. Fifth, do not wait for completing your syllabus before starting mocks. This is one thing that I've noticed a lot of people doing. Uh, People wait to take a mock because they haven't completed their syllabus yet. But what I feel is that mocks are the actual battlegrounds where you're building your strategy. And because I'm saying that strategy is as important as skill, do not wait for bringing up your skill to the maximum level before actually taking the mocks. Start building your strategy from the word go, and mocks will help you build your strategy. So take mocks along with preparing your skill part of the game. Sixth point is treat your preparation as a marathon and not a sprint. Why I'm saying this is, like I mentioned previously, that there is a good chance that you lose out of steam while preparing for it. So before starting to prepare, remember that CAT is a marathon, and there is good chance that at some point in your preparation you might start losing steam. And so while preparing, ration your energy. Do not go all in from the first day. Save some energy for the last mile. And when I'm saying save some energy, this does not mean that you need to procrastinate. Prepare for it. Be very clinical in your approach. Take it as a marathon. Save only energy that is required for the last sprint, and uh, prepare in that way. Take it as a marathon, and you'll do much better. Remember that there is chance that you might lose out of steam, and be ready for it. And don't worry and don't give up on that point. And fifth is get yourself an equally focused study buddy for CAT. This is something that I personally did and I recommend everyone to do. If you have someone preparing alongside with you for the test, then it is easier for you to prepare for it because both of y'all will motivate each other. Both of y'all will be taking similar sectionals, similar mocks, and what that does is that pushes you and makes you more competitive in a good way. So have a study buddy, and this will make the journey better for you. So yeah, these are my 7 commandments for preparation for. I would like to wrap up by saying that while you're preparing for CAT, do not think of the result too much. uh, think of the journey, and irrespective of what the result is after the journey is over, I am sure you're going to learn a lot out of it, because the journey in itself is something that teaches you a lot of things. If you stay disciplined, if you do all the things right, irrespective of what the result is going to be, you're not going to have any regrets, and you're going to be a better person at the end of the day. So, thank you, and feel free to contact me on the email ID mentioned here if you've got any other queries for me. I'd be happy to reply to all the mails that you're sending. Thank you.